The 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. The fans are filling the seats out in Boston, the site of our broadcast, and where the Celtics will be going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City. They're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. Guys, when you look at the numbers Russell Westbrook has put up the last couple of seasons, very few players in history have done what he's done.
Anyway, Ernie, his numbers are huge, and he's done it more officially than in the past. I agree. The one-of-a-kind player who doesn't get enough credit for how great he's been, this kid can play. SLN, baby, SLN.
Shaq-like numbers.
That's right.
Oh, you're ahead of the game, Ernest.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, Westbrook, for me, if he gets some rings under his belt, let's say he wins a couple championships, he could be an all-time great. The numbers he puts up, the energy that he plays at, the diversity in his game, give him some rings, he could be in the all-time great conversation.
What, are you the final say? Are you the judge and jury in terms of all-time greats?
I was going to say I agree with him, Ernie. My stomach just hurting from the breakfast tacos I had early this morning.
You got to stop eating those breakfast tacos, man. Ask Kevin Harlan.
That's funny.
He eats them every morning. Kev.
Got him.
No, that's just my...
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. And that's certainly what we have in store for us today. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines.
Man, that trade is something that has just electrified this entire fan base, the players, the people working for the organization. They think it may be that piece of the puzzle necessary to finally get this team over the hump.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So the Thunder five right now. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Adams is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's George in at the small forward position. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Hayward, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And as we move past the All-Star break, everyone is fighting for playoff position right now. Do you feel the top 8 teams from each conference getting into the playoffs is a fair number? Would you like to see fewer, more? What do you think?
No, I think 8's a good number. 16 teams being represented in the postseason for the NBA playoffs. It works out quite well.
Patterson, that's good. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Smart. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Picked by Horford. Pass to Baines. It's hauled in by Adams.
Well, the defense ready for him there in prevent mode, making sure that he didn't get a clean look at that layup.
Fires the three. Robertson can't hit.
Guys, I cannot believe he missed that one, and I bet he can't either.
Smart dishes to Baines. Hayward outside. From the arc. Kept alive. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Irving with it. George picks him up. Outside Irving. Inside Baines. It's deflected. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Here's Irving. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Hey, you want 3 reasons why Steven Adams is effective? Let me give them to you. Size, length, and athleticism.
Westbrook passes to Patterson. Feeds it to George. Patterson, the screen, and George kicks to Westbrook. The shot's good on the assist by George.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Irving with it. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Irving. Patterson can't get it to go.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Yeah, like the thought, but the execution was not there.
Kicks it to Horford. Now here's Smart. 9 points last game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Horford no luck. The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Roberson. The second chance effort. It's deflected. And here's Hayward. He had 16 points in the win against Indiana. Pass to Smart. Shot to stop the drought. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You really have to challenge him when he lines up from deep, or he's going to bury you.
Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
Oh, and they also took a few jabs, too. But as prolific as their offense was, there was no way they were going to be outscored in that one.
An even 3-on-3 break. Westbrook, no good. Celtics trail by 3. Passes it to Smart. It's tipped. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Shoots it up. That misses off the backboard.
You can't fault him for taking the open look, guys. Just didn't go in for him. But, you know, he'll look to shoot that one again.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Back to Westbrook. Tries it from the top of the key. The Thunder with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Yeah, it's one of those quarters where you're just incredibly frustrated that you did not impact it the way you wanted to. So nothing going right now.
And no good that time. Irving for 3. Second shot opportunity. That's tipped, and they'll keep possession.
Given his massive size, it is easy to see why Horford picks up a lot of fouls. And Horford really one of the most versatile big men in the league. You put him at the 4 or the 5 where he can score and defend from out of those positions, and really a great system player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. And you talked about the adaptability of Horford. Brent, great skills for a big man.
Well, he passes and he shoots. and he's a great conduit for a half-court offense. He can play up-tempo or bang in the half-court. I don't think casual fans appreciate just how much he brings to the table, but general managers and coaches do.
He doesn't get the second one.
And you look at the Thunder last season, they were slept on as a contender for the title. Warriors and Spurs, very, very good, but in the same conference. Might have helped the Thunder to stay focused and fly under the radar just a little bit more.
Outside, George. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Westbrook, and stolen by Kyrie Irving.
And before he had time to bring the ball back in off the pump fake, out, and they're off.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And usually the Thunder are favorites to go deep, and that's exactly what they did last year, all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you look at what Westbrook represented in Oklahoma City over the past 5 or 6 seasons, and there's no doubt with that kind of talent, you're going to have a chance every year, Kevin, to make a deep push.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. Well, Brent, we know the Dominican Republic is, churning out great baseball players, not as many NBA players, but Al Horford was a notable exception.
Yeah, maybe he's going to be one of those guys who changes the perception of what basketball means back in his home country. He's such a great leader on his team and a tremendous representative of the Dominican.
Celtics trail by 3. Irving dishes to Baines. Here's Smart. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Larkin is checked in for the Celtics.
And last season, Paul George getting back to the All-Star game. I mean, well documented, going through that awful compound fracture in his leg, and said that All-Star appearance was the most meaningful one of his career, and one of my favorite players and people in our game. It's just really great to see him back and playing at such a high level.
And the Pacers asking George to play more power forward last season. He was a little apprehensive, I think, Greg, initially, especially coming off that injury.
Yeah, and he ended up mostly guarding on the wing. They let C.J. Miles do the dirty work on the block, but the extra space afforded by their spread out attack allowed him to flourish at the offensive end.
Here's Larkin. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Brad Stevens. They have won their one matchup against this team so far, but he said the first order of business was for them to score against a very tough shot blocking team inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down perimeter looks. They could be the key to victory. We'll see if he's right, Kevin.
Thanks for getting back to us on that report, David. Guys?
And, they obviously spent the brunt of their time preparing for this game by coming up with ways to attack that vaunted defense.
Yeah, and it's really a challenge to try and find holes, gaps, and to score some points. So they give nothing to you that's going to be easy.
A shot by Hayward, wide open, and he can't stop the run as he misses. The Thunder leading by 8. Westbrook passes to Patterson. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And it's the Celtics ball. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And really the signature of that game was what they were able to do from a defensive standpoint, particularly on the low post.
Yeah, their block numbers in that one really stand out. They weren't giving up any easy buckets inside. It was quite a display of interior defense.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Not often you see him take that shot. Horford's got 5 points so far.
Excellent job by Horford to shoot that as soon as he catches it. No time for the defense to get to him.
Now Westbrook, 5 points in the game. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, he's been precise on offense. I don't think he's made one mistake on that end of the floor so far.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Jason Thompson, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Morris comes in for Al Horford. Brown, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Gerald Green in for Smart. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. McDermott comes in for Patrick Patterson. Kyle Singler, he's checked in for George. And it's Norris Cole in for Andre Robertson. Here's Larkin. Morris a screen. Thompson outside. Back to Green. It's hauled in by Collison. The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Cole. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Larkin. Morris a screen. Morris a screen. Shot clock at 5. Back to Brown. Shot on the wing. Misses off the left iron. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Cole kicks to McDermott. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Brown. Tries again. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Remus is checked in for Oklahoma City. The Celtics shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. That free throw good from Thompson. And teams love an easy bucket in transition, but a good half-court offense is critical. We see it especially in the playoffs, Brent.
Well, effective half-court offense begins and ends with great ball movement and player movement. So if you're exploring the early part of the possession and something breaks down, continuity into your half-court offense can lead to a great tempo for possessions throughout the course of a game.
Well said. Here's Larkin following the basket by Doug McDermott. Three-pointer. They get the rebound. Thompson dishes to Larkin. He kicks to Green. Morris with a screen on Singler. From deep, Green. He can't get that one. And the Thunder going the other way now. Here's Abrinas. Green with the block. Up top, Brown. He's covered by Singler. And that's a foul called on Kyle Singler. That's his first foul. The pass to Green. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Great D that time from Collison.
Too ambitious of him there, guys. He tried to be a one-man wrecking ball instead of looking to kick the ball out for the better shot opportunity.
Now here is Singler. Back to McDermott. Unloads. And that one comes up a bit short. Celtics trail by 9. Boston shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position.
Cole's shot is good.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
1:05 left to play in the first quarter. Morris a screen. And Thompson kicks to Green. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Collison. Abrinas guarded by Green. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Thunder.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended 3-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
Here's Larkin, rejected by Collison. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. The Thunder leading by 9. Here's Cole. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And it's Zingler in the corner and taken away by Brown. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Collison. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Green with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Indiana. 1 second left. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. It's the Thunder. They lead by 11. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
It's just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
I like the fact that they love to protect the rim, love to send shots back in your face, and really, they're good at it.
On the floor for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second quarter. McDermott is out there with Kyle Singler. Then it's Norris Cole. Then there's Nick Collison. Celtics trail by 13. Now, here is Irving. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And the basket is good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Now here's McDermott. There's the pick. Collison kicks to Singler. Here's Cole. Clock at 4. To the wing on the left. Goes back up. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Green, the screen. Irving passes to Green. Again, the miss by Green.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
The layup missed.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
The 11-footer, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And love how assured Brown looks taking these shots. His mid-range game is on point. He's squaring up like that.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Collison, the pass to Abrinas. Green with the block. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyrie Irving was a virtuoso ball handler when he came into the league. He could penetrate at will and get to the rim. But with all the injuries over the years, he's made an adjustment to that. He said, I enjoy finishing around the big men, but honestly, I'm trying to stay off the floor. I'm not going to stop trying to get to the basket, but with the big men we have, they don't have to do it every single time. They all learned that lesson over the years, Kevin.
Pay the price going in there, don't you, D.A.? Thank you. And the Thunder with the possession here. Following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Collison with a screen on Irving. And it's Singler in the corner. His first shot coming late. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Thunder lead by 15. Boston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Now a timeout called by Boston. I hear the term glue guy a lot, Brent, in the NBA. You think it applied to guys being necessary to make a team a playoff team, to being a good teammate? When you think of glue guy, what does that conjure up in your mind?
Whenever I hear that term, Kevin, I always think about guys on the team who are able to connect the dots between the primary players, the star guys who carry a workload, all the way to what they can connect to with guys on the end of the bench. So if you're talking about a guy in the 6, 7, or 8 slot on your team that can go up to your star and say, hey, you know what, we need this from you, or you're not giving us that, and then turn around in the very same breath with the same vernacular, go to the 12th man and explain to him what his purpose is with regards to practice and preparing a team and getting them ready for competition. To me, that's a glue guy. It doesn't come about just in a game all of a sudden. This is somebody who, day by day, week by week, and month by month, keeps the team together. Great explanation.
The Thunder have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Paul George. Celtics trail by 17. And here's Irving. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shoots the 3. Good D by Westbrook.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Nice shot by Smart. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Westbrook. He feeds it to Patterson. Here's Roberson. Knocked away, but he stays with it. And Adams with the slam.
And not a lot of range on Steven Adams' offensive game, so he understands those limitations and gets to the rack.
Irving against Westbrook. Here's the 3. Again, Irving missing.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And it's George finishing it off.
Nice unselfish dish there, right where his teammate could do something with it.
Celtics trail by 18. Outside Irving. Picked by Horford. Irving dishes to Horford. Lets it go with the 3. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Horford. Irving's got his first 3 points of the game.
Sensational pass by Horford on that play. Terrific job whipping the ball over to the open man.
And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Westbrook's got 10 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The dish to Baines. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Roberson. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Big part of the NBA's new TV deal, Brand, a provision to allow for digital distribution of games via tablets and smartphones here. I know you're looking at one right now. I know you catch games at airports and on the go when you're traveling.
Well, Kevin Harlan, anytime you're doing a game, it's must-see television, and so I'll watch it.
With the sound down.
No. If anything, I'm connecting 3 Bluetooth speakers to turn it up. I'm totally in with the mobile NBA action, Kevin,
too.
especially for our jobs in broadcasting, to be able to be anywhere and pull out your phone and watch NBA action right there, to hear the great announcers that we have for the 30 teams around the league, to get in-depth analysis and coverage. What a tremendous luxury we have to have NBA on the go.
It's the best.
Well, watch Roberson play, and you'll see why it is that he's respected amongst his teammates. Great length with his arms, can guard the 1 through 4 position, and blends size and speed. The only thing that you'd like to see is him improve his consistency from the 3-point line.
Thinking a bit more about Roberson and his defense, he can do it all from jumping a passing lane to sending a shot into the 3rd row.
Yeah, so really for him, it's all about timing. Very smart in the way he lines up to block shots, and a good sense of knowing when to jump in and help off the ball.
Brent, when you played, you were one of the best passing wings in the NBA. How did you come about developing that play style, that skill of feeding others so well?
Huge influence for me, Kevin, growing up was Pistol Pete Maravich. I watched a lot of tapes, and maybe people out there remember old VHS tapes of homework basketball that Pistol Pete put out, and I watched those incessantly and went out in the driveway and tried those things, and then eventually frustrated every coach that I played for. But I had an innate ability to see the floor, some peripheral vision that I tried to use to my advantage, and I enjoyed always making the play for the next guy.
And you both came from basketball families. His dad was his coach at LSU.
That is correct. And although Press wanted Pete to shoot a lot, and he did.
And he did. And you?
And I was more of a pass-first guy.
Yeah.
I think with my dad, he took all the shots away from his teammates. I wanted to be a better teammate.
He took a family's worth of shots, right?
That is correct. And I spent years making up for it.
You know, he just like every other coach can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, some of that right now might be a lack of toughness, but you can't combine that with laziness. Guys are not crashing down and closing off those driving lanes.
Horford the pass to Baines. The Celtics working the ball around now. Nice shot by Smart.
Well, he has a great ability to lead his man with the pass. Puts him in great position to score.
Oklahoma City leading by 14. Patterson dishes to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Sometimes it's worth it to find a sliver. Excellent pass there.
Boston shooting 36% in the 2nd quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Irving for 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Oh!
I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness. Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Hayward can hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. Screen by Adams. And Paul George again. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
They're looking like a beaten team at this point, letting him get to the basket with such little resistance.
Now here's Irving. Baines. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Westbrook kicks to George. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
The Thunder have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Free throw good, Paul George.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Shane Larkins checked in for Irving. And George drops them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Here's Larkin. There's the screen. On its way from Hayward for 2. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Yeah, man, this game would shift drastically if he was on tonight and making those shots that we normally see him hit.
Here's Patterson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Horford.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Thunder have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Patterson drops them both. Boston shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Oklahoma City. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Outside Westbrook. To the left side wing. Here's Roberson. The rebound by the Celtics.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Smart misses.
Yeah, those are the shots that you expect him to make. You've seen it before, and so far, just not on his A game tonight.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Here's Patterson. Second shot opportunity. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And it's Boston the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. Russell Westbrook is second.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
That free throw good from Patterson. Brown is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And then for Oklahoma City, Abrinas is checked in for Andre Robertson. And Cole subbed in for Russell Westbrook. So he gets them both. And Boston has possession. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Round kicks to Larkin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at Golden State. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, there's the Thunder. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And, you know, for the Thunder, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yep, any glimmers of hope that may have been there early for them have all just disappeared at this point. It's looking more and more like a season that will not end well for this team.
And he can't get the first one. Boston making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Morris comes in for Al Horford. And it's Gerald Green in for Marcus Smart. Then for the Thunder, Collison comes in for Adams. And it's Doug McDermott in for Patrick Patterson. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Here's Cole. 9 points last game out. There's the screen to the paint. Here's Collison. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Singler, he's checked in for George. The Thunder haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That free throw good from Collison. Celtics shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. Larkin, the pass to Green. The three. Thunder with the rebound. Picked him clean. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Rejected by Collison, and they'll keep possession.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
The Celtics have gone 9 of 13 from the line. Free throw good, Green. Here's Cole. And there's the feed to McDermott. Pass to Abrinas. Oklahoma City moving it around. Cole's shot is good.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
And that shows once again that craftiness and body positioning can overcome just someone's sheer size.
Here's Larkin following the score by Oklahoma City. The screen from Thompson. From deep, Green. Again, the miss by Green. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
He got right to the cup using that screen. Abrinas has got 4 points in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Green. Lets it go from deep. Another shot. Thompson misses.
Now, you can't ask for a better look than that. He just has to knock that one down, plain and simple.
Here's Cole. He has 6. Abrinas the pass to Collison. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, easy call.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Two.
First free throw is good. Allison hits them both. There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Outside, Green. Brown dishes to Larkin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
At the line for the Celtics, Shane Larkin. Will be at the line shooting
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's Cole. He has 6. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Just 5 to shoot. Off the left rim and out.
Well, he makes the big bucks because he's expected to knock those shots down. The D was there, but that's no excuse. He has to hit those shots.
And Gerald Green picks up the foul. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Thunder running away with it. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers. And I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was clearly a one-sided first half of action. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 4 assists, and 1 block. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
This reminds me of myself. They're just giving away points from the free throw line. It's hard to keep pace when you keep putting guys on the line over and over. Being physical is fine, but they were out of control, way too reckless.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it back to Kevin Harlan and crew. They are standing by courtside.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Yeah, the court vision tonight has been a bit of a revelation. Not a natural assist guy or playmaker, but tonight he's racking up a ton.
Hayward out there with Horford. Then it's Aaron Baines. Then there's Smart. And it's Irving at the 1. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Here's Roberson. Back to Westbrook. To the right side. And Patterson kicks to Westbrook. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
So perfect to see Russell Westbrook playing for the Thunder because he himself is a force of nature. A couple of seasons ago, he had 3 knee surgeries in less than 1 year. And everyone was worried he might lose some of that explosiveness. Are you sure that's not a bionic knee he's got in there?
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. A defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. Fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, D.A. Thanks. And you know, Westbrook, Brent, undaunted by the knee surgeries, and up until that collision with Patrick Beverley, he had never missed a game. High school, college at UCLA, never.
No, and he never missed one of your broadcasts either, Kevin. You remember in 2015, he got kneed in the face and had to have surgery to repair that cheekbone. So he wore that mask in his return, and then he reeled off that amazing string of triple doubles. I'm not sure he's human. Can we check his blood type?
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Celtics making a switch here. Green's checked in. For Boston, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Irving against Westbrook. Over to the left wing. Right through the D for the layup. Westbrook's got 16 points.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
There's a good screen. Nice ball movement by Boston. A shot's good from Irving.
Oh, nicely done. Finding good opportunities inside. Priority 1.
Oklahoma City has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. He dishes it to Patterson. Screen by Adams. The 3. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Patterson. 19 points for Russell Westbrook.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Hayward. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Patterson dishes to George. And it's sent back by Horford.
Not in here. Just can't throw stuff up like that around Horford. He sends that one right back.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Dishes to Adams. Pass to George. Patterson, the screen. Feeds it to Westbrook. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Westbrook with it. Guarded now by Irving. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Green. That doesn't go either for Green. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. To the inside. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike. Something he's developing.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now Irving. 8 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
That's as sweet as you're going to get it. Fluid motion, great lift, rolls right off the fingertips.
Westbrook kicks to Patterson. Back to Westbrook. Lots of room. Horford with the rebound. Boston shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Irving against Westbrook. In the corner, it's Hayward. The 17-footer. Horford, no luck.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
Got right up in his jersey. I thought they actually traded for him. Didn't allow separation. Just a terrific effort.
And the Celtics, a stifling defensive ball club under head coach Brad Stevens.
I mean, tremendous perimeter defenders. One of the top-rated teams in the league in terms of steals. And even without being a dominant defensive rebounding and shot blocking team, they were so good on the wings that it didn't matter.
And here's Irving. Patrick Patterson getting it to go from deep moments ago. Horford with a screen on Westbrook. Here's Baines, and too long on the shot.
You know, if you're going to go set a pick, you really have to be committed to it. He simply did not do a good enough job to get his teammate open.
Robertson can't hit. Boston shooting only 21% from the field so far. Irving for three. Thunder with the rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kicks it to Adams. Out left to the wing. Here's Patterson. Al Horford with the rebound.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
Passes it to Irving. For 3. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over the back call.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Boston. Here's Cole. He has 6. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Hayward. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
And stolen by Hayward. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
Well, I don't even know why he's attempting some of those shots. It's just not smart basketball, and he needs to be more patient and let the offense come to him naturally.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Irving passes to Horford. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Let's take a brief moment to look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's feistiest defensive teams. In third, the Thunder.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
That free throw, no good.
And the Thunder, one of the best shooting teams in the league. And if they don't get you with that first shot, they have guys inside prepared for those misses to hurt you the second time around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Jason Thompson, who's checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Green. And finished off by McDermott.
Well, some people say that he's too short to play the power forward, but then you see him skying over guys. That is an equalizer.
And you look at the Thunder's work on second effort plays. Brent, a lot of big bodies in their front court who don't mind throwing their weight around.
Well, Russell Westbrook himself is a phenomenal rebounding guard, but I think what happens too is that players on OKC set themselves up in great position to clean up any misses.
Now here is Singler, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Now the pass to McDermott. Rebounded by Thompson. Thompson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Oklahoma City. They're on an 18-7 run. And finished off by McDermott.
Yeah, crafty pass inside gets them that nice look.
Irving with it. 8 points for him. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. Smart's checked in for Kyrie Irving. Oklahoma City's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Singler outside. He kicks it to McDermott. Back to Singler. And he makes good on the layup. Singler's got his second bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Singler's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Larkin dishes to Morris. Good on the three-point shot.
Simply taking advantage there of the defense. An easy look from 3.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting 48% from the field as a team in this third quarter. And Cole kicks to Singler. He feeds it to McDermott. Fires from deep. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Morris. In the corner, Smart with it. That 3 off the mark. Oklahoma City shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Here's McDermott. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And McDermott, no good on that one.
And the Celtics, really since the departure of the big 3 and Rajon Rondo, doing an amazing job of stockpiling assets and draft picks all along while still being competitive. So you had to know, though, that front office wouldn't hesitate to make a big move. This is an organization that seeks to compete for championships and nothing else.
And it goes down 2 points. Abrinas has got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Larkin kicks to Morris. To the inside. Thompson. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And the Celtics last season in a quote-unquote rebuild mode. And yet, Greg, they were among the best teams in the NBA, certainly the East. Did they need to make any trades?
You know, they basically had to start combining assets. They were already one of the deepest teams in the league. They had 3 first-round picks in that 16 draft, 3 second-rounders. At some point, you have to make a quantity for quality trade because you only get 15 spots. Looking here at some numbers for Brown. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
First one falls for him. And so Thompson nails both of them.
And quite frankly, the Thunder are just one of the most dangerous offensive teams out there, but their defense is solid too. A lot of good one-on-one defenders in their rotation, near the top of the league in defensive efficiency.
And the Thunder with the possession here. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. And the Thunder did a good job of challenging shooters and locking down on D. They also know how, as we've seen, to protect the rim.
Well, a lot of that success last year on the interior has to be given to Steven Adams and the incredible progression that he showed as a center in this league. Really figuring out what it is that his opponents like to do and how he can be effective.
The free throw drops for McDermott. Both good from the line that time. Celtics shooting terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%. Morris a screen. Here's Smart. Boston again missing.
Well, whether the shots are wide open or contested, he's just having no luck right now, guys, with anything. I mean, this quarter belongs to him. They got to feed him.
Here's Larkin. 7 points in the game. Morris outside. Can't hit from the elbow. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Thunder out in front, running away with this one. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it. We lift it.
One of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Thunder shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Felton. Grant is out there with Eustace. Then there's Nick Collison. Felton with the ball. Jones covering Grant. Good D by Thompson.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
And now a fast break for the Thunder. And finished off by Collison.
And that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
Yes, it took very little time for that transition to happen. Just one team being much more aggressive than the other.
And so it's Boston with it, following the score by Oklahoma City. Rozier kicks to Young from deep. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Felton the pass to Grant. And with the new player tracking cameras they have now, so many possibilities, Brent, as far as studying the game, and I'm sure you think that somewhere, somehow, is going to make a difference on the way these teams are conditioned, how they're coached, the minutes they play, and on and on.
I think what it's great for a coaching staff to look at, Kevin, is with regards to specific plays that you run for your ball club, how it is that spatially your players are relating to one another. You can use these cameras to track the distance players are running. You can track where it is that they're setting screens and how effective they are. The list goes on and on and on. But coaches can really dig into the minutia of how it is that their players are coordinating with one another with the use of this technology.
That is a great point. That one good for two. Here's Boston now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Thompson kicks to Rozier. Rejected by Collison. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. 3-on-3. Jones kicks to Rozier. The dish now to Horford. High arcing shot. He lays it in.
Bull in a China shop. Horford ducks his head in there, charging into the lane. Once he saw that gap, and a smooth finish.
Out to the wing. Now here's Felton, guarded closely. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Thompson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Friend, you often see players talking with an official after a call or an on-call. Were you ever able to make headway with the ref by talking to them after a play, whether you agreed, disagreed, or whatever?
Well, the biggest part about it, Kevin, it's all about your approach. So if you walk up to the referees and you're kind and you're courteous, they're going to listen to what it is that you have to say. So it's all about your timing and your approach with the officials to point out something that may be happening in the game or a trend that you see in the early part of the game, just to draw their attention to some of that action during the course of a period.
Did coaches always make players aware of who is officiating and what to look for?
I really never had a coach in a pregame meeting, Kevin, come in and mention the officials who were reffing that game that night. Never happened in my career.
Nice shot by Felton.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rozier, the pass to Horford. Horford sets a screen for Jones. Here's Rozier. 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Adams checked in. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Now the feed to Young. Here's Rozier. He's covered by Felton. Horford dishes to Jones. 6 to shoot. Horford against Felton. Count it. 15 points for Al Horford. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Abrinas, the pass to Felton. Pass to Eustace. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, it's something that we know goes on during play, but is rarely talked about. Brent, did you ever trash talk during a game or get trash talk too?
I heard many things. I pretended not to hear them,
Yeah.
Kevin. And the only time that
I can see you start to laugh, though, when you heard stuff.
I did. I found more enjoyment out of it, even though it was something very personal. I still found enjoyment. And the only time that I would talk trash were the times that I got to play against my brother John, because I knew he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, and you knew his soft spots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brothers always do.
He has plenty.
Here's Rozier. And there's the call on Felton. That's foul number 2 for him. And Thompson kicks to Jones. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Steven Adams. The second person, at the line for the Celtics, Dante Jones. At the line with 1 shot.
And the free throw, no good. Oklahoma City shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Pass to Horford. They set the pick. Tipped away and stolen by Felton. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Felton leading the charge. Here's Abrinas. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
Here's Rozier. Beyond the arc. But they recover it.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
I think everyone would agree that NBA players now spend more time developing their strength and athleticism than in the past. Maybe Michael Jordan was the first to really popularize that. How would you approach it if you were coming into the league now?
Well, I think every player understands that when you improve the most, Kevin, it's during the off season. And so guys either ask other players in their area who it is that they're working with and try to get together so that they have some company while they're in the gym, or they find some trainers that are going to push the limits of their potential so that in the off season they can come back next year bigger, better, and stronger for that season.
How can you play in the league now if you don't have a very comprehensive off-season schedule?
It's absolutely a year-round job, and there's some people on both coasts and in the Midwest that specialize in getting NBA players in particular ready for their next campaign.
So Horford gets 2. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Eustace. Grant kicks to Eustace. He dishes it to Felton. Oklahoma City moving it around. No good from Grant. Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Jones goes up and lays it nice and easy.
As many attempts as you can get in close, those are high percentage.
Abrinas defended by Young and pushing it up. Here's Boston.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
No reason to wait. That was all his from the get-go.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And Adams kicks to Felton. Young outside. Dishes to Horford. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Horford's got 8 points in the quarter. The Thunder shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Felton kicks to Adams. Here's Eustace. And he makes good on his first shot of the game. And here's Boston. They're on a 20-5 run here. Picked by Horford. Here's Rozier. They get it again. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And even though he's been incredible from the field so far, his team still hasn't been able to get the edge in this one.
Brown is checked in for Boston. Shane Larkin comes in for Young. And business obviously is great in the NBA. Players' salaries shooting up. Franchise values skyrocketing. In fact, Brent, I saw the other day a new study saying the average team is now worth over $1 billion. Some much more than that. You still want to own a team someday?
I don't think that's going to happen.
Can you afford that?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, Kevin. But our game is in a great place. And one of the things that makes me most proud as a former player, Kevin, is who it is that represents the NBA right now in terms of their character, in terms of their class, in terms of some of the stances that they take, even outside of the sport, getting involved in politics, getting involved in their local community. The league continues to do amazing things both on and off the court.
I would say maybe never been healthier than it is right now on all fronts. The way it's played, the name stars, the community activism, all of it.
I agree with you, Kevin.
The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's McDermott. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Horford. That'll go on McDermott. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And that one misses. Some changes for Boston. Marcus Morris comes in for Jason Thompson. Young is subbed in for Rozier. And the second free throw, good. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Screen by Adams. Young against Felton. Some solid defense from Brown.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends
And a new group in for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Hayward comes in for Brown. Smart's checked in for Young. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Larkin. Then for the Thunder, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Doug McDermott. Paul George comes in for Kyle Singler. And it's Roberson in for Raymond Felton.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Maybe a great run of games coming here. Let's see if he can keep building on this performance.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Well, Brent, you think about free throws. Getting a shooting foul is one of the best outcomes offensively for most players, and we've got guys in this league that can really do it well.
Still, one of the most important aspects, Kevin, of an offensive thrust is to show the officials during any game that you're willing to attack the rim and go in there with fearlessness. Most of those guys end up getting to the free throw line and shooting very effective shots. You're always looking for 1 point per possession, and if you can step to the free throw line with nobody around you unguarded and knock a couple down, it benefits your team.
How often, though, do you think that's the best shot as opposed to driving, drawing a couple defenders in there, then kicking it out?
Well, I think
what the analytics would say on that.
Well, I think you have to be really selective on who it is that you're kicking it out to. But certainly the free throw is one of the most important shots in the game of basketball. And usually the most aggressive team is going to shoot more on a nightly basis.
George. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Boston's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Smart kicks to Irving. Horford sets a screen for Smart. Back to Irving. Launches it. They grab their own miss. And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 5 points now this quarter.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Outside, George. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Some changes for Boston. Marcus Morris is checked in for Horford. Brown comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Shane Larkin subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Steven Adams. McDermott comes in for Patrick Patterson. Singler, he's checked in for George. And Abrinas subbed in for Andre Roberson. And Brent, when you were drafted and played your first game, what was the biggest difference between the NBA and the college game that you noticed, in the first month or so as a pro?
When you step into an NBA practice gym, Kevin, and you watch a small forward or a power forward spot up and shoot 18-footers, you can immediately see the talent level and skill level difference between every college player and what the NBA player offers up. These are pros who get the job done, and you see it immediately.
Well, they always talk about the speed. I'm sure that plays into it too. The difference in the speed level from college to pro.
Well, speed, strength, size, intellect. Tell me when you want me to stop, Kevin.
But skill is at the top for you.
The skill of the big men is something that you can immediately see and is decidedly different from between college and the NBA.
Great answer. Here's Singler after Gordon Hayward's bucket. Singler outside, 6 to shoot. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Celtics trail by 21.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Thunder.
It's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece. And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for Westbrook.
Look, tonight as a player, he was exactly the kind of guy you want to suit up with. A total team-first attitude, kept the offense flowing, some great passes, some great assists, and even more high fives. Great job tonight.
The kick out to Brown. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Here's Cole. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook. Everything his team asked of him, he delivered, which obviously isn't a surprise, but that makes it no less a beautiful thing to watch. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
Well, I'll tell you, Russell Westbrook is a take-charge, aggressive player, and he didn't hold anything back. Baby bull, that's what I'm calling him. Whether scoring, passing, rebounding, it doesn't matter. He's the man for the job, and he did the job perfectively tonight. Great performance.
So many points coming from inside. He was not just settling for jump shots. He was slashing to the rim, sacrificing his body. His aggressiveness was the difference.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.